Hello, everybody. Good evening on this beautiful Friday evening to the grilled cheese 101, what we call it, just to make fun of it. Of course, I would like to introduce Caroline. We have Janelle, we have Maritza, and Marissa. Okay, with us tonight. Our gentleman with the beer is missing, and but we can talk a little bit about it as well. So we just kind of introduce actually right now the cheeses. Actually, let's do the beers first.
May I interrupt?
Sure.
If you haven't turned on your ovens, turn on your ovens. 425, please.
Yes, please make sure of that the ovens are on at 425, and that you follow the instructions that we gave you with the aluminum foil to wrap the bread and the sandwiches in the aluminum foil before you put them in the oven. Yeah, take it out of the paper, please. All right, let's talk about the beer. We have Nomad Weiser. That is a typical Berliner Hefeweizen with lemon. Okay, so that's a typical summer beer for us in Europe. Very fruity, but also has a nice Hefe in the back. This one over here, Chris Kale Impaled Ale. Abel Baker is making it downtown, so please stop by, say hello, and drink one of those if you don't have the beer package. Or two, absolutely. And the food is great at Abel Baker as well. We had some great sandwiches, some nice salads. The nachos were killer, so please check it out. Last but not least, the Haze Wagon is an Indian Pale Ale. Okay, so that would be a juicy, tropical, unfiltered, and it's produced in Reno, actually. And so we got to look at this, okay? Typical tropical aromas, dry hopped twice, and it has a mosaic hops and a calypso hops. So that should be a fun one to drink. Right now, we got the Hefeweizen or the Berliner Weisse. So ladies, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
All right. Let's talk about the cheeses, Caroline.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you take that up?
Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Pure and Whey. So tonight, in your package, you got 3 cheeses. The first one, easy, the orange one, the Tipperary Cheddar. The second one is the Alpine Gruyere. And the last one, the Canada Cabra. So they're all in your sandwiches. But we just wanted to talk a little bit more about those 3 cheeses. So the first one is a really nice cheddar from Ireland, made in a town of Mitchelstown. Mitchelstown, yeah, it's hard to say. And
that's okay.
I didn't even drink yet.
Here we go.
So that's not good. It's so it's made with cow's milk, and this is pasteurized milk. The thing I would like to talk a little more about tonight, it's about the term cheddaring, or how to make cheddar. So cheddars make in a special process that when the curds are cut, they put all the curds, they press together into slabs, and those slabs they still in the vat. So it's the vat is already warm. I mean hot. I mean a little bit, and then so they put the stuff on top of each other, so it expels more whey, and then they turn that. So it's a kind of long process, but this process is made to expel more whey of the cheese, and the cheddar it's crumbly because of that, because they put those slabs on top of each other, And then when the whey is expelled, they cut a second time those slabs and put those curds in the mold and then press it again. So that's why that make that crumbly texture of the cheddar. So it was just something would be interesting to talk about. And then I would like to talk about also a little bit of the different type of cheddar you could find. The most popular, especially in England, is the farmhouse cheddar. So it's a PDO cheese, so that means a protected designation of origin, and it's made in the county of Somerset, Dorset, Devon, and Cornwall. So farmhouse, a true farmhouse cheddar is made entirely on the same farm. That means from milking to the processing of making the cheese and then the aging. So everything is made on the farm. You could find also some bandage wrapped cheddar. So they used to wrap the cheddar in a cheesecloth. Usually they put some butter to so the cheese won't dry, or they could put some
Oil.
Yeah, or some.
It depends on the cheesemaker on that, where they're producing it. On the Bandage Cheddar, Fiscalini makes a phenomenal Bandage Cheddar right here in California. That's well known. So is Beecher's. We call them tuckles. Okay, so a tuckle would be roughly about 18 pounds. It almost looks like the top hats. Okay, when you went in the old style, the tall, round, and that would be called a tuckle. And that's the style of formed for the Bandage Cheddar that's been around for a long time.
Thank you, Michael. And then you could find also some wax covered cheddar. So then those, I would say those wax one, you usually them more easily, you could slice on the slicer more easily because they're a little more moist, but you still have that crumbly texture. Of course, cheddar could, the more they age, the more flavorful and sharp they become. And on this one, the orange color is a natural coloring, as you could see, made from annatto, which is a vegetable natural coloring. Would you like me to talk about the second one? We could talk about all the cheeses.
Let's do.
Or...
Yeah, no, let's.
No.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Republic.
We're gonna go ahead real quick and talk about what Caroline is drinking. Of course, one of our favorite wines, Republic of Pink. It's a blend produced in California, and it's a mixture of several different wines. You get a nice mixture for summertime, refreshing, crisp, watermelon, strawberry, just a hint of citrus, and Republic of Pink, produced right up in California, so it's not that far. And the wine is, in my opinion, for a rosé, nice, very nice.
Yeah, it's the same type of rosé you could find in southern France. So I'm in heaven tonight.
Yep. Summertime, that would be
Yeah.
a typical
Yeah.
crispy, refreshing wine, sitting by the pool, sipping the wine, eating some cheese, obviously. That would be a fun one. Okay. All right, let's talk about the next cheese. Let's do the Alpine Gruyere.
So the Alpine Gruyere, so this one is made in Austria. So the second one on the board, the white one. It's so we picked this one because Gruyere are well known to be really good melters. They've got that typical nutty flavors. They use, of course, you use that cheese in the traditional fondue. It's nutty, a little bit of creamy. So it's a big wheel, like 75 pound wheel, and you need 100 pounds of milk to make a big wheel of Gruyere cheese. This cheese is pretty old. You could find traces in the 12th centuries.
Originated in the Gruyere region in Switzerland. Gruyere region in Switzerland, of course, having this obviously Gruyere cheese, and dating back 1200 centuries or to the 1200th century. Creamy, buttery, nutty, great in melting. This particular one is produced in Austria, which is right next. So you have Austria, you have Switzerland, you have the small little place of Liechtenstein, and then down below you have, actually to the north, I'm sorry, you have actually Germany, and then so right on the western edge of Austria, that's where this cheese is produced. Typical Alpine cheese, usually only produced when the cattle feed on the grass, so there's no silage. Normally silage means that they're feeding dry food, fermented food, and that usually changes the process or it changes the flavor and the texture of the milk. So this one is produced strictly from May until October, so it makes it kind of really nice.
Yeah. Well, usually they try to avoid silage because of the fermentation, because it could. If the fermentation goes into the milk and then into the cheese could kind of explode from the center. So usually they feed the cow with the dry hay, which is much better.
Right.
And of course, during summertime in the pasture.
Yeah, not only the fresh grasses, the typical mountain grasses, you get all the richness, the greenness, the different flavors of the flowers, the alfalfa, everything that grows up there, and they're just cleaning the whole pasture. So they have a really good feeding ground. Actually, just like Ireland, when you look at this Tipperary, this particular region is known for the temperature, for the mild temperature, and the year-round, the cattle can eat year-round grasses. Okay, so that's why Ireland is one of the largest milk cheese producers in the European Union. Okay,
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Canada Cabra.
So the Canada de Cabra, so the last one, the beautiful log goat cheese right here, white. It's from Spain. It's very creamy. It's very mild for a goat cheese, but it still have that nice goaty taste. Little tangy with citrusy note. Very rich. You have also some mushroom notes, around the rind, because the rind is nice and velvety, and of course they call that cheese a log because it looks like a little log, like a wooden log. So it's got also some grassy aroma.
It's produced in the southeastern part, the Murcia region of Spain. So just about south of France, obviously. Creamy, herby, mushroomy because of the rind on the outside. When you look at the cheese, you see a really nice aging ring. Oops, here we go. If we turn it, you can see it. Here we go. It has a nice aging coming up, and the center is still firm. Nice bite to it. So that's definitely one of the fantastic goat cheeses. The Canne de Cabra actually comes from the Boucheron or Bouche de Signon from France. And Canne means log. So they just changed it from Boucheron to Canne de Cabra. The gentleman went, the dairy is actually fairly young. It was created in 78. And the owner did travel to France to learn the cheese making of the Boucheron and took it then to Spain to recreate it over there. Because at that time they had much more goats available than they did in France. So a better supply.
So this cheese in France is very popular to make chèvre chaud. So that's why we decide to try to make a nice grilled cheese with this one. Chèvre chaud is typically, so you slice your cheese and you put a little bit of olive oil, some herbe de Provence, typically salt and pepper, and you put that over a nice baguette, and you put it in the oven. And when it's hot, you just eat it with a green salad.
Where's Benoit when you need him with his baguettes?
Well, we have some baguettes, so just come over here.
Sure, absolutely. Okay.
Is that an everyday things to eat in France? Well,
Yeah.
not an everyday, but it's an easy way, an easy meal. It's, I would say, a kind of healthy. I mean, you eat your green salad with a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of lemon or some vinegar, balsamic vinegar, and then you have your cheese and your bread, and you're done.
It's normally when you go to a French restaurant in Europe, in particular, in the southern, we call it the whole Mediterranean food belt. The food is very light, very simple. So that's, people are active, they want to eat. They don't eat till late in Europe most of the time. If you go down into Spain, they wait till 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. The same in France, in the southern part of France. Italy, it's pretty much the same, especially coastal region, Tuscany, all the way down to the boot, Sicily. Then you go over into Croatia, former Yugoslavia, then into Greece, and then, of course, North Africa with Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt. It's always very light. A lot of olives are being used, a lot of salads.
Yes.
And the less ingredients, the better. Okay, so for example, I mean, when they do a grilled octopus, they're doing it really simple: olive oil, salt, pepper, and then just grill it up, or do a calamari like that. Okay, so it's always very light. Comparable in Germany.
There's the cheese. Well, I think, let me tell you something. So, I don't think there's a cheese comparable just because of the history. In fact, people from Northern Africa bring their goat with them when they came to Spain and even to France. But I said, they stopped in France. So they didn't make it to Germany. So, well, so that's why it's like you said, it's very Mediterranean.
We have some sheep's milk cheese in the north of Germany, the Lüneburger Heide. It's very well known because of the lamb or the sheep that they're producing up there, grazing on the saltiness that develops during the dew, early morning hours, and settles on the grasses. So it has a naturally saltiness to it, which is very enjoyable when you just lightly grill it. Simple, quick, again, easy. That's what makes it nice. So that would be almost like the sheep from the Languedoc region.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so very well known. But no, we really don't have that much goat cheese in Germany. In the old days, it's happening more and more. I know that we had some Crottin in Germany, out down by Freiburg. But yeah, that's about it. So
and I mean with the goat, especially in France, we like it to eat, like I said, in a salad. So you have like your fresh tomato, your green salad, a little bit of honey is always awesome. You could put some fresh fruit, nice jam. I mean, almonds. I mean, it's. We have a long list.
Even if you take the boucheron and you cut it in chunks or wedges about yay big, just basically cut it in fours and then about this thick, and then you just drop it in olive oil, a couple of herbs de Provence with it, and let it sit for about a week, and then just enjoy it like that. It's very nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I, with this cheese, I just wanted to share a little bit of the, the French culture, and include that in the grilled cheese sandwiches. Because I think that goat cheese is very approachable. It's very mild, and that could give you an idea of what you could do with it,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm switching already over to this Chris Kale impaled ale. So obviously you can see the really nice, dark, rich color. The first one would go really well. The Nomad Weisse would go well with the goat cheese, but also with the Gruyere for summertime. This one here, I definitely would talk about the cheddar, but it also goes really well for the kind of the Cabra. Again, we can suggest to you, but your flavor profile is different than what I enjoy. So please make sure you try every single cheese. Thank you so much. Every single cheese with every beer, and then you can make yourself a picture on what you like and what you don't like. No.
Oopsie, sorry.
That's okay, more for me. All right, let's talk about the making of the grilled cheese. Why don't we go over and bring it over to the girls? And then Maritza, and Janelle can talk about why we chose it. And go ahead, ladies.
Yay. Hey, guys. All right, so hopefully you guys did turn on your ovens. They're nice and hot already. But now we're going to talk about how to wrap them in case you haven't done it yet, which is totally fine. But if you have, that'd be good too. So you guys did get your sandwiches. They all had just initials just to make it, a little bit easier on us, but very easy to understand which one is which. The first grilled cheese that we're going to do is just a regular grilled cheese. It does have Havarti and Tipperary. That one we did label it as GC for just grilled cheese, nice and simple. So let me see. Let's just do this, for example. So we're going to unwrap our sandwiches. So we take out the parchment paper. The sandwiches are already pre-assembled, so you don't have to do anything other than just kind of take it and wrap it.
Yeah.
So just kind of try to get all the bread to be nice and covered, so there's no exposed bread. Otherwise, the oven's gonna get a little hard. And just nice and tight. Oh, it's gonna get hard. Nice and tight. Yeah, looks like a little burrito, but unfortunately, it's not. It's grilled cheese.
It's not Chipotle.
It's not Chipotle, exactly. Okay, so if you have a little sheet tray, maybe a cookie tray or just something metal, put it in, and then you're gonna leave it in the oven for about 5 minutes. We'll get the bread on the bottom nice and toasty. Then you're gonna flip within 5 more minutes, and then you're gonna get the top nice and toasty. All right, so I'm gonna go do that.
Oh, you gotta do it first down, and then, there we go. All right,
Y'all want to
You
see
guys
some
gonna
camera
put it in?
magic? Let's go.
here we go.
All right, so we have a little magic going on in our kitchen. Or maybe we're just really fast. I don't know. 5 minutes already went expired for us, so you guys did hear the little 5-minute timer, didn't you? I know you did. So take your sandwich. You'll see inside.
Ooh.
You'll see inside, very nice and already nice and melty. Bottom should be nice and toasty on the bottom, and then the top should also have a nice little browning on top. All right, so we're gonna be a little extra fancy here, and we have a pan with the little grill marks. So we're just gonna make some nice grill marks on top. Though, if you do want to do your grilled cheeses just on a pan without the oven, you can totally do that too. Ideally, low heat, butter, and just keep an eye on it. Don't burn it.
Definitely low heat.
Yeah, very, very low heat, but also very much butter. You guys did get Le Cheddar butter, super, super good butter from France. Delicious. Yeah, of course. Yes. Everything from France is the best. And in this case, this is good. This is good. We'll give it to you this time. All right. So you have a little bit of that butter. I'm gonna put a little bit over the top of the sandwich, and then a little bit on the bottom as well, just to get it going. And then I'm gonna go into the pan. And then,
That already smells good.
mm-hmm. You guys have any questions? No. We do make a lot of grilled cheeses, so it's kind of second nature to us.
Well, and we use a panini.
And we
press.
use a panini press. Sorry.
5 minutes.
Gonna go ahead and press it down just a little bit.
Oh.
Do you hear that?
Yes.
Mmm. Oh yeah. I don't want to rush it, but I think it might be ready. Oh, well, yeah, well, that's pretty nice. Got a little bit of that cheese over the top of the bread, so now that bread is nice and caramelized on top. Okay, whose mouth is watering? Mine is. I'm ready.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
All right, I can't wait anymore. It's perfect.
You got a knife over there?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Let me go ahead and turn this off so we don't have any fires. And then since we are 5, actually I'm gonna go over here. This one's pretty wobbly.
Yum.
All right. Just gonna cut it into 5 portions. We are 5 here. Ooh. It's hot. It's hot. Oh, the other grilled cheeses that we do have. So the other one, the one that you guys see as SG, that is Serrano and kind of the Cabra. So to go along with the third cheese that we did put up, and then the other grilled cheese is the BOC, bacon, onion, and onion, bacon, and Alpine. Alrighties, it'll be nice.
Thank you.
Let me give you this one.
Oh, here. Take that. Oh, it's for
Carolyn's plate. Oh, you took Carolyn's plate? Oh, that's
Yeah,
Carolyn's
yeah,
plate.
yeah.
There we go.
Hey, did we get me a plate?
Yeah. Oh, there's one right there.
We didn't forget you.
Okay, good.
Even you're sitting
Well,
on the edge over there.
Even if you did, I mean, I have control of the grilled cheeses. So,
There we go.
did you really forget about me? I don't think so.
Okay. So let's talk about the Republic of Pink. Right over here. Republic of Pink. And what we would pair it with. Like I mentioned earlier, typical fruity, crispy, strawberry, summer wine rosé. Goes very well chilled or also at room temperature. I prefer mine usually chilled. And it goes really nice actually with the Alpine Gruyere. but also definitely really nice with the kind of the cabra. I think it breaks down the fattiness of the cheeses a little bit better. And what do you think, Caroline?
I love it. I mean, this is just perfect for summer. I mean, look at that beautiful color. It's. I mean, it's just, you could see the sun in that glass. It's beautiful, and I especially enjoy it with the goat cheese. I was thinking it would pair very well with my chèvre chaud salad. But with this grilled cheese, look at that. Look at that beautiful melt. Yeah. So just to let you know, we decided to put cheddar in this grilled cheese, but we also put Havarti, because Havarti is a really good melting cheese. So we decided to put those two cheeses together, the cheddar for the sharpness and the Havarti for the creaminess. As you could see, it's like, it's beautiful, just, melting, stretching, it's like, wow. So thank you very much. So, in grilled cheese, you could always mix two cheeses. For example, you could put as much cheese as you want, but I say at least two. You could do like this one, like a sharp cheddar with a very good melter, or you could do maybe like a brie and a very good melter too.
Yeah, brie definitely. I think brie would go very well if you add that. I mean, any cheese that I shouldn't say any cheese. Feta will not be nice melted.
No.
Okay, but cotillon and so forth, they would not work for that. But when you have a carrier like the Havarti, which is creamy and buttery and very nice Danish cheese that has also, again, a long history that's quite interesting. But as a carrier, the Havarti, I prefer the Havarti as from the creaminess. And it also, it's not overpowering if you take, for example, use a Bavarian Blue and melt that on top. So you have a triple cream brie with the blue in the center, and you put that then and melt that with I would use some speck. So you have a really nice smoky flavor of the speck, or you can take a nice prosciutto.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even a jambon de Bayonne would be very nice for that. So you can jazz it up however you want to. No?
Yeah, the thing, I mean, for me, the secret is to mix together, for example, a cheese doesn't melt very well with a nice flavor. For example, if you take a wash rind cheese, or like brie, they're not very good melters. I mean, when I said very good melters, I'm talking about like Havarti or Swiss type cheese or Alpine style cheese, I should say. But if you mix together, for example, a wash rind cheese, it's very pungent. It's still creamy, and then it makes it more creamy. It maybe turn down a little bit of the. Well, it's a nice combination.
It's a fine line. It's
Yes.
a fine line. Wash rind, for example, I love when I take in Telaggio.
Oh yeah, Telaggio is.
I take a
it's just-
Telaggio and I melt that on top of a grilled cheese, or inside a grilled cheese with some soppressata, some prosciutto, some bresaola.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just incredible. But we can sandwich.
Hey, real quick.
Oh, hold on. Stop.
Trying any of these sandwiches with the little accompaniments we gave you? Let us know. I just tried the Tipperary and Havarti with the spicy plum. It's really good. It's real good.
It's real
Y'all
good.
gotta try.
All right, so we already started on a second sandwich. Do you guys need another? I think you guys should already have your sandwiches in the oven. Probably already did your second flip. Maybe even taking them out already. smelling the delicious goodness that's coming out of your oven. But here we have the second grilled cheese, which is the SG Serrano and the Cana de Cabra. We pretty much did the exact same method. Just put in the oven, same as we put in on the paper. Now we just put a little bit of butter on both the top and the bottom. A little bit the pan here with the grill marks. You can see those beautiful grill marks right over the top, and the bottom should be nice and ready to go as well. And actually, if you go down to my flame down here, maybe you guys can see that it's very, very little. The lower your temperature, the better. If you have it a little bit too high, it's going to burn, and your cheese inside is still going to be ice cold. So you definitely want to go very, very nice and low temperature, so everything just heats up evenly. Okay. But yeah, so this one's ready to go. I'll put it over here so you can see a little bit better. And it's going to be really hot. Ooh. But you hear that crunch? Oh, yeah.
Yum.
That's what you want to hear when you have a really good grilled cheese. And I mean, the French butter definitely helped it out a lot. All right.
Tomato jam.
Tomato jam. You can see the inside there. Maybe not quite as. This was not going to be as gooey as the first grilled cheese, but it's still going to be nice. So it's going to be for Caroline.
Definitely try this with the quince paste.
Mm-hmm.
That one will pair really nice together.
I would say anything sweet with that one because of the saltiness of the Serrano.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. You hear that?
Yeah.
All right.
What is that right there?
Very yummy.
All right. So which combination are you guys liking so far?
Havarti. Especially we're going with the spice.
You didn't think it was too spicy?
No, actually, I thought it would give it a nice hint of spice to it. What I would do different next time is I would add some ham, some jambon de Paris, a nice cooked French ham in there. So you have the creaminess of the cheeses and then just enough hint of a saltiness from the jambon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. I had a little bit of the quince paste and a little bit of the honey. The Cana de Cabra, I just love it by itself, so, but yeah, as you could see it in there. It's just beautiful.
I enjoy the saltiness.
Yeah.
I enjoy the flavor of the goat.
Yeah.
The nuttiness on it. Yeah, I definitely, and then with the sweetness of the quince paste, that would be it. What do you guys think? Should we put that on the menu?
Which one?
The Spanish one.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I would like a little more cheese. I'm too cheesy, I know, but I will enjoy maybe a little more of the mozzarella or something like more creamy on my
What do you think
cheese.
if you mentioned mozzarella, what about if we go ahead and put a mozzarella or even a Lenora?
Oh gosh, Lenora. Yeah.
Talk about the Lenora.
Yeah. The Lenora is even more creamy. This is from Spain also. It's a beautiful goat cheese. But so you see this one here. So the Lenora, it's pretty much the same cheese but more creamy.
Yes.
When you slice it, it's already like
Oozing.
going yes.
Oozing.
Yeah, running away. And
Yes.
yeah. So yes, definitely. You're
I
right.
would love the Lenora would
Yeah.
be kind of really nice on that.
Yes.
Also, the Lenora has some sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is the Cana de Cabra. I think that would be a nice balance.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely,
It's a little
yeah.
bit more difficult to get Lenora in. We always have to pre-order it. So we get it usually more on a summer cheese. But definitely one of the better cheeses from Spain. Spain, of course, being known for a lot of the sheep's milk and goat's milk cheeses. They do have some cow's milk cheeses out there. but predominantly sheep and goat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure and go, yeah.
But it pairs really well with the Serrano, the saltiness of the Serrano. Little bit of a different aging and salting process than a prosciutto. Usually the Serrano 14, 16, 18 months, but not going too much further than that, unless of course you're taking them into an Iberico, and the Iberico would be also obviously much higher price point for the Iberico, but you can do that with a nice Iberico shoulder.
Mhm.
I think the Iberico shoulder would be nice because of the fattiness of it.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely. Yeah.
where the hind leg is a little bit drier.
Mm.
The shoulder, it's the adopted stepchild over the hind leg. Okay, I prefer the shoulder because of the flavor. It's thinner. It's big, where the shoulder is about this thick, so it has more flavor. It has more fattiness to it than the hind leg. But it would be very nice also as a additional item to that Serrano. But all right, ladies, let's talk about. You went through a pair. Okay,
We're
There
going
we
to
go.
talk about what we went through
there we go.
to pair and make the sandwiches. So first of all, we did start with the basic grilled cheese, and we wanted to add in the pairings. That's why you guys received all these for you to play with. It's the same thing that we do here. Is we go in our fridge and we try and pair what we have to match the meat that we have in there, the cheese that we have in there, kind of tone it down if you like, or however we like that. We tried a lot of different sandwiches. And we
I
also
think we made sandwiches to go through.
we went through a lot of sandwiches just to a great pairing.
Yeah.
But
Just-
our taste buds are probably not the same as yours, so that's why we put several different kinds of accompaniments with it for you to try your own at home.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed the one that we did with the kind of the cabra and the serrano. I really liked the tomato jam. The tomato jam is a little sweet, a little savory, a little bit of that the saffron that's in there too. I think that also kind of helped it all, since it's all, what is it called? Spanish? Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe there was more magic behind the scenes, but everything happened, and everything is actually pretty well paired. Well, that's it. You'll find your own perfect pairing, as we did, and we're all different.
I
All
did
different.
like very much so the Alpine Gruyere with the bacon and the onion. I think it has a very nice spiciness to it. The Alpine Gruyere is a little milder, so it's not as pungent as a Comté or a true Swiss Gruyere. It's a little creamier. You're having just a hint of a higher butter fat in the Austrian Gruyere than they would have in the Swiss, but very enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
I mean,
I-
you could do exactly the same thing with some raclette cheese
Oh,
or Morbier. Or, I mean,
Yes.
well, the list is
The list is
very
endless.
long. Yeah.
Yeah, the list is endless. I mean, we can go and make grilled cheeses. We can do more tastings for you. And trust me, this girlish figure doesn't come from anything. Look at all this.
Get
No.
it?
We're doing a lot of tastings over here, and
Yeah.
it's a lot on the kitchen
Yeah.
between all the ladies, and I mean all the ladies. I'm very thankful that I have such a dedicated team here working at Cured and Whey. So it's nice to know, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me. It's from the moment you get greeted to the time when you leave, your family for us. The first time, like I always say, when people come over to my house, the first time you're a guest, the second time you're family. But I think that is the important part for us, to make everybody feel welcome. Okay. And I have a phenomenal team between Marissa, Janelle, Maritza, Caroline, and Jamie. She is not with us tonight. No. But anyway, here we go. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So please send us a message on Instagram if you want to be in our cheese podcast.
Keep us, follow us
Yes.
on Facebook,
Yeah.
follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram,
Like
and like
everything
us.
you like.
And
Like,
then
follow,
everything we do.
subscribe.
Yeah.
absolutely follow, subscribe, come in and talk to us. And that's the important part, that we're always here for you.
We're not done.
Yeah. So
No, it sounds
if we go back to pairing, so I'm from southern France. I really enjoy, the pesto. So that's why, I suggest, that we could include the pesto in the sandwich. So I hope you taste with the grilled cheese sandwiches, and let me know what you think about it. So the pesto is right over there. I cannot reach it, but it's that.
Right over here, look at this. This is the pesto is made right over here. We use really nice Parmesan. Maritza, why don't you talk about the pesto?
Yeah.
You making it?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Here we go.
Yay. Ta-da. All right, so pesto is really simple to make, and you can make it with any herb. It doesn't necessarily have to be basil, which what we did here and here. But you start out with whatever herb you're using. You can use sorrel, you can use kale, whatever you have, etc.
Can you
But
spinach?
you can use spinach, or you can do a combination.
Yeah, it's a combination
Yeah.
you use.
So here we did do just straight basil. We blanched the basil, which for blanching you take a big pot of boiling water, maybe a little bit of salt, just to give it some flavor to the water, and that'll eventually go into the basil slightly. Blanch it for maybe 20 seconds, just until it's very, very bright green. Then you strain, remove all the basil, and it and cook it in a bath. Ice bath is just ice and water. That will definitely help it if it's bright green. Once that's done, you take your pesto and you take a couple of kitchen towels inside, get out as much of that water as you can. The main ingredients in pesto is oil, and oil and water don't mix very well, so you do want to remove as much water as possible, just to make it better. All right, so you remove the water, and then you in a blender, put your pesto. Put your basil, Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper. Buzz it up with just maybe about that much oil, or I guess it depends on how much pesto you have. Let's just say, here's your jar of your blender. You're gonna fill it up about halfway full of basil. You want to go about half of that in oil, just to kind of get everything moving. Salt, pepper, and then you grate your Parmesan cheese. If you want to add any nuts you can. Very typical for pesto is pine nuts. Some people use walnuts, whatever you want to use. If you do not want to use nuts, because we do have, if you do have an allergy, then you don't have to put any nuts in there, of course. Anyway, so you blend it up, and then as the puree starts to thicken, you add more oil, kind of just thin it out a little bit. Once you reach the consistency that you're looking for, you stop adding oil and taste it for salt and pepper. It might need more Parmesan. That's it. Simple. Onion, bacon, alpine. Sorry.
Bacon, onion, cheese.
Bacon, onion, cheese. Oh yeah, that's why it was. Sorry. Yeah, we got a little. There was a lot of good cheeses going on. We kind of got them mixed up, so we definitely did do a note just to keep them all straight. The caramelized onions took us about an entire day.
Yes.
Also low heat, just to get them nice and caramelized, nice and gently and very slow. You do not want to heat that up too quickly, otherwise you'll have onions. And
I'll eat it.
Yeah, she'll eat whatever I make, so that's fine. We always have a garbage disposal somewhere. So the onions caramelized them very nicely, and then for the bacon, we just took some sliced bacon, Hub sliced bacon that we actually sell here in the store. If you want to come by and buy some.
Wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah, exactly. We took the the sliced bacon, chopped those up just into little strips, and we put them in a pan and just cooked them until they were all your bacon grease goes up to the top, and it creates like this little a lot of bubbles. You don't even see the bacon anymore. It's just all fat, all bacon grease, I should say. Sorry. And then once you see that your bacon's done nice and crispy, you strain. You can save your bacon grease to cook with. Maybe make some bacon popcorn, which is delicious. And so anyway, you're left with bacon, super, super crispy bacon. And then once your onions are nice, rich, and deep color, you go ahead and add in your the bacon to your onions. Salt and pepper if needed. And I think that was all. That was all we did for
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all.
Pro tip.
Pro tip.
We cut the bacon frozen. It's a little bit easier.
Did you hear her? She said, pro tip, cut your bacon frozen. Makes it easier rather than it sliding all around your cutting
She didn't
board.
get enough. She didn't get enough grilled cheeses. She's eating her hands over here.
I'm eating it.
Yay!
So we're going to talk quick about the special sandwiches that you got. We've got the truffle honey grilled cheese.
So for those who got the updated sandwiches,
Those are only grilled cheese here.
mm,
Because of the sweetness, we like to counteract it with the saltiness of the ham. That's awesome. And then also for the upgraded Huntsman, we we did the Huntsman because it's sharper, and a lot of people like sharper. Like sharper cheese is kind of like the mac and cheese. How sometimes it's not as flavorful, so you want to do a cheese that is sharper. So that's why we did the Huntsman. That also has blue cheese in it.
Super tasty all by itself, but
Yeah, which is good
Oh,
by
yeah.
itself too. And then the last but not least is the Comte and the strawberry jam. We had a hard time trying to pair that one, but we ended up coming out with the strawberry jam, and we loved it. So if there's one that you paired it with differently, as far as the Comte one, let us know.
yeah. And then with those two, with the 3 upgraded cheeses, we did make some pickled raisins that actually turned out super delicious, and we do still have some. So if you didn't get a chance, please come in. We'll make the sandwich and we'll get you a little side of the pickled raisins. And then we also did a strawberry orange jam to go along with it as well, just to add more sweetness if that's what you like.
Kathleen Tam loves everything.
Yay! Thank you, Kathleen.
we love you, Kathleen.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Kathleen, did you put duck bacon in any of your grilled cheeses? I want to know. If y'all haven't had duck bacon, y'all are missing out. Just saying. Let me show you real quick.
And we actually sell that here in store, just so you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much everything that we have talked about during the class, we do sell here in town. We do sell here in the shop. And if you want any of the grilled cheeses, that again, we can always make them. We always have the product. As far as some of the accompaniments that we did make, we either have them available or we're gonna use them up on our meat and cheese board. So let us know, because everything's delicious. So
She did add
Yeah.
bacon.
Which sandwich did you add it to?
she did add a bit of bacon ham. Kathleen, bacon ham, bacon. I can't even speak. That's it.
I think we should.
Are you
On
gonna
the,
get the grilled
Talk-
cheese in it?
talk about the truffle sauce from Savini. Where you want me to talk?
You.
Okay. For the truffle grilled cheese, we're using a truffle sauce produced by Savini in Tuscany. Cristiano and his family has been producing this now. I believe Cristiano is 3rd generation. Right over here, this is a typical what they call truffle gatherer sauce. Sorry, the light is bright. Here we go, truffle gatherer sauce. So it has bits and pieces of champignon mushrooms, capers, olives, black summer truffles, some yeast extract, garlic, parsley, salt, and spices. And yes, they are using black summer truffle, which the correct name would be tuber avestivum, feet. Okay, so that's very important. What I like on the Savini product is they only use truffles harvested within the Tuscan region. And Cristiano goes quite often out himself still to pick the truffles, and with the dogs. They're using dogs now rather than pigs to gather the truffles, because the pigs would eat them, where the dogs just smell it and start digging, and then you push the dog away. And trust me, it's a lot easier to push a 30, 40, 50-pound dog away than a 300-pound hog, okay? So If you want to go and travel to Europe, let me know. I can actually introduce you to Savini. And the family has now a truffle hunt where they take you out in the woods and you get to see where they find these incredible morsels.
That's fun.
Yep. The family is spectacular. They're right by Pisa in the Tuscan region, close to Florence. And just an absolutely incredible family. And I'm very proud to be able to call them friends. Yes.
Sweet.
Yes. So, Savini truffles.
Yes.
Or come and get
Definitely.
a truffle honey grilled cheese.
Or come right here and we make one for you.
Or make
Okay.
everything for family gathering.
All right. Any last words, ladies?
No.
Are you gonna get the other grilled cheese?
You can. Want it? It's not quite melted all the way.
Oh.
I can.
We were gonna show you one more grilled cheese, but it's not melted yet. It's the Huntsman with what is it? The blue Stilton and the cheddar.
So the Huntsman is actually already, I mean, 2 cheese in 1. It's the
Oh, you
double
can't see.
Gloucester cheddar, and in the middle is a blue Stilton. So the double Gloucester cheddar is very mild and creamy. It's a cheddar, but it's more young and creamy. And the blue Stilton is beautiful, yes, and pungent and earthy, and so you already have that, 2 cheese in 1.
Absolutely.
And of course, the double Gloucester is a really good melter. Not so much the Stilton, but I mean the Stilton is just here for that earthy flavor. I mean, and of course, I mean the texture of the blue cheese and everything. So that cheese is just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let us know which beers you liked. My 2 favorite beers. Oh, here's the Huntsman. Can you see the color? Ryan,
Yeah.
turn the light down.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at this
Yeah.
beautiful color of the Huntsman.
There
Yeah,
you go.
right there. So you definitely see the cheddar, the Huntsman, and then you also the double Gloucester. Oops. And then
Yes.
you see the blue vein Stilton right in between.
Yeah.
Again, to get back to the beers, let us know what your thoughts are. I definitely prefer the Haze Wagon, one of my favorites, along with the Normat. This one, the double Impaled Ale Criscale, was enjoyable, but a little strong for my taste. But it did pair well with definitely the Gruyere and the onions.
Yep.
Well, what do you think, ladies? Yes?
It was a little heavy.
A little heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, the impaled ale was definitely a little bit heavy, especially since we are. And I didn't think I was that tall, but apparently I am.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I didn't. I think just it's still a nice light brown ale, but just going along with all of the extra carbs that we're eating as well, just kind of felt a little heavy. But regardless, it's really good, very enjoyable.
Very, very enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. I
So
think
yeah.
definitely a good hot day beer.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh yeah. You
over.
can definitely enjoy a couple of these and have a lovely night. Yay. All right. So I did make one more grilled cheese, and this one was one of the ones that we did for the what is it called? The upgrades. So this one was the Huntsman, which you saw was so beautiful. I'm not quite sure if it's melted all. Oh, never mind. Yes, it is. Oh, never mind. I lied.
Wow.
Look at this.
Mm.
So we have the the cheddar cheese in there, and then also the blue. So very nice. We actually don't even really need anything else in there. That's a perfect marriage already. But we did put some of the strawberry balsamic jam inside. And then we're gonna just, why not have another little bite,
It smells delicious.
right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
it
room
really
is
smells
full.
delicious.
Sorry. This one got a little bit toasty in the oven. All right.
Always make sure you leave your fingers away so you don't cut them.
Oh yeah, so see, like I guess maybe you couldn't really see it, but anytime you're cutting anything, you never want to curl your fingers. You kind of want to keep them nice and straight. That way your knife kind of just goes alongside of him instead of maybe chopping over the top. Anyways, but yeah, so there's nice little grilled cheese action. All right, who wants to bite?
Me.
Thank you. And then I did like this one with the strawberry orange.
Yeah.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie. I'm happy.
Here we go.
Thank you very much.
All right. I just made a mess.
Never.
So, okay. First bite.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Put some nice marmalade.
So every cheese class we have, we talk about grilled cheese.
I know.
There it is. All the grilled cheese. Anyways, thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh my God.
Our mouths are full.
Thank you so much for joining us. If there's any particular cheese class that you want, bring it up to us, talk to us. We're more than happy to jazz it up a little bit more and come up with new ideas. The next cheese class will be most likely Italian, but we're always waiting right now to find out what can we bring in.
Yeah, if
And
you have
what's
any
happening?
suggestion,
Maybe even ice cream.
Maybe even ice cream. How about an ice cream tasting?
let me tell you, blue cheese ice cream. Oh gosh.
Goat
Good.
cheese ice cream? Yes.
It's the middle of the summer.
So
Of course.
They're gonna eat it before they go home to get the class.
we
So-
can
That's
go
okay.
ahead.
We could throw some little cheeses,
Here we go.
to eat after the ice cream, maybe.
So it'll
Absolutely.
be a recap. How
So-
was it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Very proud of you all.
guys.
And thank you
Bye.
for us joining us. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers,
And we
guys.
see you soon in the shop, in person, which we prefer, or then on virtual class again. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have a wonderful weekend. Happy August.
Boy.
Happy
yeah.
first August weekend.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Thank you, everybody.
We're open tomorrow, 10 to 4. Come see
Oh,
us.
yes. Saturdays, we're now open 10 to 4 on Saturdays. So if you have the urge and you need some cheese or even a sandwich,
We're here.
please come on down here to Cureton Way. We're open 10 to 4 on Saturdays.
Keep an eye on it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your
Thank
support.
you.
Appreciate it. Stay healthy. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
This one is